I found out together all over 10 years ago, we were in the middle of our adoption journey, and we just felt like there was more that we could help people with their adoptions, their character fostering children, and that's why we started our organization.
So in the beginning, when we found out that there were so many needs that foster families had with their children, receiving them with very little items to care for these children. And so we started just letting our family and our church family and friends know, and for too long, we had donations flooding in, and they overtook our garage. And from there, we moved to a very small space in Troy that was already too small for our needs, but it got us going. And now we are in this beautiful location in Collinsville that is a dream come true. It looks like a boutique, and that's something that we really wanted to have to empower children to be able to choose their own things. And we've just been really blessed to be able to set it up and make it look like a natural store.
I think the most important thing for people to know is that God gets all the glory for where we've been, where we're at now, where we're going. Every time there was a need, every time there was a want, God stepped up and provided for whatever that need or want was.
One of the things that's just always floored me is just what a great team that we have and the people that God sends us over the years. When we first started, we were in our garage, and one of our great friends, Tracy, she would come and just use her garage code and make baskets, get them to caseworkers. And now we have people that assist the children in shopping, and we have people that are coming and doing laundry and organizing the closet, and our donors. I mean, I know there were times when I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're down to our last little bit, how are we gonna pay bills? And next thing you know, gosh, huge with, grants and donors that just came at the right time, and that's not a coincidence, that is God providing. And that's one of the things that I've had to learn too, is that God provides, that we are not the show, it's not the Christian Jewel show, that it is God's plan, and He shows us that we don't have to worry because He shows up big.
So if you guys have any questions, a lot of things questions I usually get is how can we help? There's a QR code on the handout, and that gives information on our website. And then also you can email our admin is fantastic, and she'll be able to answer any questions that you have. Our primary thing is just supporting new programs. We have started a new program for ethnic hair care. So a lot of our foster families are different ethnicity than their children, and learning about hair care has been very important. And sometimes can be a very confusing program. So yeah.
Yeah, question is how big is the foster care? I know people that do it,
Right.
in Madison County. What's the number?
So yeah, it's pretty big. Right now there's a great need for foster families. We have children sleeping in the DCFS office in Collinsville on cots. And that means DCFS workers have to stay with them until they find homes. And it is a pretty substantial number. And we serve Madison County, St. Clair County, and some surrounding counties as well. One of the things we've had a little bit of a problem with is messaging. So we are not income based. We say we don't care, your bank account. This is not just a service for free items, but it's an empowering thing for these children. Just the trauma of being removed from your home, the trauma, again, of not being in charge of anything in your life. You get one thing that you can come in and say, yeah, I want to pick that up